straight into his temple. Every inch of his ache and the place where the killing curse that hit him felt like the bruise of an ironclad punch. Oh goodness, he did not stir, but remained exactly where he had fallen, with his left arm bent out in an awkward angle and his mouth gaping. He adamantly expected to hear cheers of triumphant jubilation at his death, but instead he heard hurried footsteps, whispers, and salacious murmurs fill the air. And at this point, I'd like to tell you the problem with this story is there's no jello pudding. I don't understand because, in all seriousness, there should be no story without pudding and jello. But that's just me. I feel, but I'll get back to it. Okay, here we go.
Oh my God!
And we continue. My lord. It was Bellatrix's voice, and she spoke as if to a lover. Harry, did you not dare open his eyes, but allowed his other senses to explore his predicament? He knew that his wand was still stowed beneath his robes because he could feel it pressed against his chest and the ground. A slight cushioning effect in the area of his stomach told him that the invisibility cloak was also there. Which means the man was still invisible, but yet hurt him and still pressed against the ground. And yet there was still no jello pudding to be in sight. Again, I digress. I do not understand because in every story there should be attachment of jello pudding, and that is the rest. And as I continue again, my lord.
My lord.
That was Bill said in Voldemort's voice. Do we remember Voldemort from the earlier movies? I mean books, because Voldemort was an evil son of a gun.
An evil son of a gun.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I've had a few of these margaritas and they're very tasty to say the least. And here we go now, and that will do, said Voldemort's voice. More footsteps, several people were backing away from the same spot, desperate to see what was happening. And why? Harry opened his eyes by a millimeter. Not by a schism or scandal, but by a millimeter. Voldemort seemed to be getting to his feet. Very is death. He is hurrying away from him, returning to the ground, lifting to the clearing. Bellatrix alone remained behind, kneeling beside Voldemort. Harry closed his eyes again, and considering what he had seen, the death eaters had been huddled around Voldemort, who seemed to be falling to the ground. I must say that this reading of Harry Potter is a dry read, I'm not going to lie. There's not much excitement, not much family values, there's no chicken, there's no pudding. Again, I digress, but because everyone knows that there should be more pudding within the book, I mean, I'm pretty sure the world would enjoy it more if they have some of the old J-E-L-L-O. Because pudding makes everything oh so great, you know. But here we go, we will continue on the dry read of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Oh my goodness, again it starts. My lord, let me. I do not require assistance, said Voldemort coldly. And though he could not see, Harry pictured Bellatrix withdrawing the helpful hand. The boy, is he dead? Is he dead? There was complete silence. In the clearing, nobody approached Harry. Who is this boy, Harry? Does he not need enough pudding? I do not know. I don't know. A boy named Harry sounds like he should have way more pudding in his life. What is your opinion? He's reading. But I digress. I will continue on with the reading.
Harry Potter.
There was complete silence in the clearing. Nobody approached
Oh my God.
Harry, but he felt their concentrated gaze. It seemed to press him hard into the ground, and he was terrified a finger or an eyelid might twitch. "You," said Voldemort. There was a bang and a small shriek of pain. "Examine him. Tell me whether he is dead." Oh my goodness, this is a very dark subject. I really don't understand why I'm reading the darkness that is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I mean, my story would have been much richer. It would have been about a couple of kids running around saying crazy things. You know? They would have been like whoosh, whoosh, that's skiing. We would have been playing the ball. Whoa, whoa. Because that's what the kids do. But I don't understand exactly where this came from. But again, this was not about me. No. About all the things that's going on, and the kids, they like the new Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Oh my God. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And again, we pick up with Lord Voldemort. And it says, "You," said Voldemort. And there was a bang and a small shriek of pain. "Examine him. Tell me whether he is dead." Harry did not know. He had listened to verify. He could only lie there with his heart thumping traitorously and wait to be examined. But at the same time, noting small comfort, though it was that Voldemort was wary of approaching him, that Voldemort suspected that all had gone to plan. It looks like Voldemort at this point from what I'm seeing here, seeing everything slightly, is that Voldemort believes that his plan has gone through, that Lord Harry is dead, nothing good can transpire, and that the darkness has won.
Maybe you've read more than 2 pages.
I agree that I've only read just 2 pages of the great story that is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. But I want you to know that all could have been averted if chocolate pudding was small. It seems like this poor lad, Harry, he could have been subdued and eating some chocolate pudding. Wouldn't you believe that chocolate pudding would have been better instead of all this damp and gloom? But obviously you want me to continue, so I will get back to the reading of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Oh my God. This is the greatest.
Please go. Oh my Lord, okay.
This is the greatest thing in the world.
Okay, we're going to skip ahead 19 years later. I mean, it was really drab and dark, and there was no chocolate pudding, so hopefully 90 years into the future they would have discovered the pudding. Now let us regain where we left off. 19 years later.
19 years later.
This is the epilogue. Although season 2 arrived suddenly that year, the morning of the 1st September was crisp and golden as an apple. And as the little family bowed across the rumbling road toward the great city station, the fumes of the cars and exhumes and everything in the breath of the pedestrians. Yes, I said the pedestrians. They sparkled like cobwebs in the cold air. Now right now, I must tell you that this part of the book is a lot better than the last. Because before old Harry was down and out.
He was dead.
I suppose that is what we were leaning to, but we didn't get there, my child, because you see, it was a sad time in old Harry's life, because it was a life without chocolate pudding. wondrous and joy that is chocolate
What about
pudding.
banana pudding?
Oh my goodness, because the bananas, the chocolate, and the
Wafers?
the
Oh, wafers.
wafers. Because it is true in the industry, no. But again, I digress because we know that when it comes to push,
No, there's diapers
well, you know, that's what happens. Anyways, we were back 19 years later. Harry found some pudding and all was good. And I will read the portion in which the pudding was introduced into Harry's life. And we pick up with, it won't be long. And then we going to, Harry told her, 2 years sniff, Lily, I want to go now. See what Harry's trying to say is that he's trying to go to the new Jello pudding plant opened right down the street because recently we've opened a new one because we've got the new flavor. We call it chocolate berry crunch and it is you don't know about chocolate berry crunch because the kids will go wild over chocolate berry crunch. I mean, we combine chocolate and berry and crunches. It's delicious.
Oh, it's the Voldemort. Say
Yeah, we know. So that we've already got rid of Voldemort. He died in the earlier 19 years. I don't talk about
You didn't even
Voldemort.
talk about it.
No, you might a little later. We've gone past that now. Now I pick up again 19 years later. And we begin with, I believe there was chocolate pudding involved, but let me digress. Hold on.
Oh my god.
The commuters, they stared curiously at the owls
Christy Alley.
as the family wove its way toward the barrier between